Hi, I'm out here on the range today, so bear with me if you hear gunfire in the background. I want to talk about a very specific type of ammunition, and that is handgun caliber birdshot shells. Now let me show you a close-up of what these look like. These are handgun birdshot shells. On your left is a .38 Special, on your right a 9mm. And in lieu of a bullet, they have a hollow cap that's filled with birdshot, usually very small, like number 9 or number 12 shot. So that's what they look like. Now what are you supposed to do with ammunition like this? What it's really for is to shoot pesky little animals. In fact, it's stamped right here on the label, pest control. You go up in your attic where the birds or the squirrels are trying to nest, and you can kill those things and get rid of them, and that tiny little shot won't shoot a hole in your roof. And it's really pretty good for things like that. Some people want to carry them as an anti-snake kind of thing, and we do a fairly in-depth analysis of snake shot versus snakes in our Taurus Judge revolver video. So watch that for a more in-depth analysis of that. But for today I want to talk about these in one role, and that's personal protection, anti-personnel purposes. A long time ago it became fashionable for a short time for people to carry shot shells as their personal protection ammo in their concealed carry guns. I've heard people talk about it, I've seen it depicted in movies, I've actually met a couple of people who did that. And the question is, would it really be effective? Well, we got a couple of very typical concealed carry type handguns. Smith & Wesson Model 36 in .38 Special and a Ruger LC9 in 9mm. Let's shoot regular hollow point ammunition versus these shot shells, and let's see what kind of difference there is in effectiveness. Okay, let's start with the .38. This is a Smith & Wesson Model 36. Pretty common concealed carry type of handgun. We'll shoot birdshot at the left and then a regular .38 Special Plus P 125 grain hollow point at the right. I think it's pretty easy to see which one is more effective. Well, the .38 was interesting enough. Now let's try it with this LC9 9mm. We'll do the same thing, shot shell on the left, and then 115 grain jacketed hollow point on the right. Again, the difference in effectiveness is pretty clear. When you load with a shot shell, the amount of weight in that measure of shot is less than what the bullet would be. As such, you don't get as much blowback, and a lot of people will tell you that shot shells cannot reliably be fired out of an autoloader. Well, let's put that to the test. I got 3 shot shells in here. Well, the effectiveness against the jug didn't get to be any more, but as you can see, shot shells will function through an autoloader just fine. You may encounter some autoloaders that won't shoot them, but all of them that I've tried have worked just fine. Okay, that was a pretty good demo of the difference between birdshot and buckshot in conventional handguns. Well, let's shoot something that isn't so conventional. This is a Taurus Judge revolver. It'll shoot a wide variety of ammunition, including shot shells. It shoots 45 Colt ammo. This is a 225 grain jacketed hollow point. And it can shoot 410 shot shells. Now this is a buckshot round. It's 5 pellets of triple-aught buck. And then this is a conventional 410 shot shell with a ½ ounce of number 6 birdshot. Now, ½ ounce of number 6 birdshot might not sound like a lot, but it's a lot more than what was in those other handgun rounds. Now this time we'll shoot from left to right, but we'll start with the bullet, then go to buckshot, then go to the birdshot. And we're shooting at 7 yards. Everything we've done today is at 7 yards because, as we know, the FBI has been telling us for decades that 7 yards is the mean average distance for a lethal confrontation. So let's see how birdshot stacks up against buckshot and bullets in this. So, 45 Colt, 410 buckshot, and 410 birdshot. Okay, that was pretty cool. And you can see the 410 shell did a lot more out of this than the shot shells did out of those other handguns. But was it really as effective as the buckshot or the bullet? No. Okay, that was pretty neat. Now, was that a really high-tech scientific experiment? No. But I think it made the point pretty well. birdshot in handgun rounds doesn't compare very well against conventional bullets. Even in the Taurus Judge revolver, where we were using that 410 shot shell, that did a lot more than the pistol rounds, but it still paled in comparison to the buckshot or just a plain old hollow point bullet. So why would people choose to carry birdshot in a handgun for self-defense purposes? Well, there's lots of reasons, but primarily two. One is the belief that it's some devastatingly effective round. I think we showed pretty well that's not the case. The other is the belief that it's a less than lethal round, so will give you a leg up in the legal system after you've been in a shooting. I'm not an attorney, and I don't want to turn this into a referendum on the ramifications in the legal system of shooting in self-defense. But the short version is, no, it won't give you an advantage. If anything, it'll give you a disadvantage, a legal leg down, to coin a phrase. And I don't want to go into the long version of how and why and where. Just to simplify it, using what you perceive to be less than lethal rounds won't change the fact that you took out a gun and shot at someone. You're going to have to be justified on the merits of the case, not on what ammunition you were carrying. If anything, it'll work against you. Keep that in mind. So, bottom line, concealed carry, conventional ammunition good, shot shells, leave them for what they're really supposed to be used for, which is pest control. So, as always, don't try this at home. I'm what you call a professional, and thanks for watching the Shot Shells for Self-Defense video.